Real voices, real journey.
The Anglo Heartline.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Anglo Heartline. I'm Mrs. Julie Sutanto and today I'm delighted to be joined by 4 of our outstanding 2026 Cambridge A-level students, NJ, Cassandra, Kyoka and Jia Yi. Let's have them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is NJ and I'm from JC2.
I'm Cassandra and I'm also from JC2.
I'm Kyoka and I'm from JC2.
I'm Jia Yi and I'm also from JC2.
Maybe perhaps you can tell us, when did you first started in Anglo?
I started in Anglo at K2 and in Campus 64.
I was also in Campus 64 and I started in K1.
I only transferred here at around primary 5.
I'm here since K2 in this campus.
Okay, first of all, congratulations. Take us back to the moment you found out that you had scored 100. What was your first reaction?
Well, obviously I was very happy because after the exam I had a good feeling, but I also didn't want to get any high expectations, of course. But when I saw the score, obviously I was happy. And I was even happier when I saw that all 3 of my friends from the same class got the same score as me.
I would definitely say I feel the same as NJ. I did feel pretty proud of seeing my score and I'm definitely happy that all my peers also scored as well as me.
I would say I also feel the same way, but I was really relieved when I found out I scored 100 because I was worried I made careless mistakes.
I was very happy with my score and I first sent the picture of my grades to my mom and she was also very happy.
Very good. So mom was the first person you informed, right? How about the rest? I mean, when you got it, it's like, wow, who should I tell first, yeah?
Me too. So I was actually opening my AS results in like a changing room of a clothing store. And I was with some other people, but my parents weren't there. So I immediately called my mom and I told her. And then she was like, okay, please send me a screenshot.
My mom also didn't believe it, but I ran down to tell her and I showed her.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful. Mom is the first person. How about you?
I was on vacation and I was visiting a garden. That's when I opened my scores and all of my family were there, so I showed it to them.
Oh, so there must be a lot of screaming, shouting, yay, you got it, right? They're
Not
calm.
really. Yeah, they were
Calm. All right. Calm family. Okay. So mom was the first person you guys share with. It's very natural because they are the one who always kind of like telling us what we should be worried about, what are the things that we should be working hard in. I mean, I'm a mom, so I feel like I'm the first person to tell them what they need to be doing. And it's first person, anything happen, they will tell me. So it's a very, very natural bond. So did you expect the 100, right? Like you expect that I'll get 100. I know Cassandra did very well, got the math, IGCSE, all right. And did you expect the continuation or were you worried that you may not get the 100 that you have actually achieved in the past?
Yeah, I was a bit worried because a lot of my exams were leaked and I wasn't confident because we had to do so many exams. But I would definitely say I'm still proud of my result.
Very good, very good. And how about the rest? Do you feel like it's something that is achievable, something that you dream of, that for sure I'll get it?
Well, I think during IGCSE, I was more ambitious because I was like, oh, I really want to get 100 for both A Math and E Math. But then my E Math, I ended up making one silly mistake, which got me a 99. So in AS, I didn't really expect anything because I just tried my best regardless. But I didn't expect anything. I didn't say, oh, I want a 100 or I'm aiming for a 100. I just tried my best. And when I opened my results, I was just pleasantly surprised.
How you feel?
Honestly, I was worried at first because I knew, like myself, I tend to make a lot of careless mistakes in exams. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I did.
Correct. I guess for math, it's always about the careless mistake that take away the half mark, especially when you are so close to getting 100. That little silly mistake which you don't intend to may just pop up, right? So I guess that's where everyone concerned. It's not about not able to do it. It's the little things that could cost you that 100, right? Okay, so is it something like a journey, a difficult journey to work towards that 100? I mean, of course, in your mind, you may feel like, oh, this is not something which I I will definitely get, but it's something in your mind will say that it will be wonderful if I get the 100, but it's a journey that I must take. Do you find it's very difficult to go through that one, to achieve that 100? I think in your mind probably you didn't think that I will want to get that 100, but it's something you aim for. All right, so it wasn't a difficult journey. Come, let's talk about you.
I wasn't really expecting 100 because I also made a lot of careless mistakes. But I don't think it's that difficult of a journey because I also enjoy doing math. And I think I can learn many things from math too.
All right, so math is a subject you enjoy doing it, yeah? Yeah, and how about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone here loves math. Very good, very good. So is there any part when you were much younger that you really don't like math? Like, I remember, Cassandra, you tell me that when you were younger, math is not your cup of tea. You was like, really can't do it. I really am not a math person,
Me neither.
You either.
We used to go to the same math tutoring place. I feel like in Sec 1, I was still getting an E in E-math because it was online school and I wasn't really paying attention. But then in Sec 4 and Sec 3, we had a really nice and wonderful teacher called Mr. Sean who really motivated us to do math really well and also motivated us to take further maths in A level, which obviously strengthened our math skills a lot.
Yeah, so those times when you struggle was during COVID time, right? When you're doing the online, the tutor is like, oh my God, I cannot get it.
So in primary, it wasn't my best subject.
Yeah, all right. So it shows that it's not something, a natural born thing. It's something that you work towards it. Because math, after all, is the basis of a lot of things, yeah? Anything you do, even your art major, you need to know how big the size of a paper, right? Before you can draw to substantiate about the measurements and stuff, yeah? So how do you overcome from the math, like I don't like math, I hate math, to where you are today?
I think it's a matter of whether I feel like I'm forced to do math. So during my lower secondary and primary years, I would have this book called Daily Dose of Math, and my mom would force me to do it every day. I would get assigned homework for math. I didn't find anything that I enjoyed in math because of the fact that it was forced upon me. And so, especially as any kid would do, when something is forced upon them, you just spite them in whether or not you could actually learn to enjoy it. But when I started to learn and enjoy math on my own, that's when I felt like I got better at math.
So it's an extrinsic, motivation. Mom kind of like, you have to do it. So you just have to do it because you're forced. Then become intrinsic, where it becomes like you love it and you want to do it. Is there one method or habits that for her, it's more something like mom makes you do it? But how about the three of you?
I would say my mom also forced me to go to the tuition place, but after I quit, I decided that I had to take my studying into my own hands, and then that's when I actually started doing maths daily, and I found that it could actually be quite fun.
Good, good, good. And how about you? Is there any certain methods or certain way of changing of when you were young, you didn't like math, to where you are today?
Personally, I liked math since I was still in primary because because it was kind of my strong subject. So I think that really helped even until now.
Very good, very good. So when IG, you didn't get the 100, you must be very disappointed, right? Yeah? Okay, all right. Well, you got it this time. So at least you work on to a second goal and then you achieve it. How about yourself?
Ever since I was young, math was the only thing I'm good at. I'm not really good at anything else. So I think I enjoy doing math because I can do the questions.
Okay. So it brings joy to you as something that you're good at. Okay. Let's say for students who are not very strong in math, for somehow you were able to convert the extrinsic of pressure to where you are like math. And just fortunate for two of you, you kind of like math, from young, and you cultivate into a better, better skills to achieve the goals, right? When you face a difficult problem, all right, I know a lot of them gave up and goes, oh, it's too difficult, I can't do. In your perspective, how will you overcome those difficult questions?
Well, for difficult questions, I feel like it's super rewarding when you do get the answer. When you have to carry out 10 different steps of working and then suddenly you see the same answer that's on the marking scheme, and it's just super rewarding. But also, I feel like for other questions, if it's not that hard, it's just something you learn. It's just muscle memory at some point. But the more difficult questions is what keeps me going in math and what keeps me interested in math, as opposed to something that I'm just doing for the sake of doing it. I'm actually doing math because I love math, because it actually challenges me, and those are the things that are good about difficult questions, and I can learn to get them correct next time, even if I get them wrong the first time
Okay, all right. Cassandra, how about yourself?
I would say the same. I would definitely say that, you know, being able to solve hard questions really brings a sense of joy to yourself, and the challenging aspect is really fun. I think that's where I find most of the joy in math.
So I guess, I mean, you two love math, all right? So when you encounter something that's very tough, you get frustrated with yourself. Even you are the person who loves math.
Well, personally, I think I get very discouraged when I don't find the solution to a problem quickly. But I think a big, part of big help to me is my friends and my teachers who always guide me to, answer the questions that I'm struggling with.
Another thing is that when you don't get a question right, especially a really difficult question, for example, all three of us take further math, and our last question on our peer paper was super difficult, but what was nice was that we came out and we all couldn't do it, and we were all laughing so much about how ridiculously difficult it was.
I see. So I guess you see pleasure in, you taking pleasure in able to solve difficult questions, all right? And you take upon the challenges, and it gives you much of enjoyment, right? That, oh, I did it, I solved the questions. So you were saying about friendship, friends that encourage each other beside your mom, right? Who else besides in school, who you feel are your big supporter of achieving where you are today? Teachers?
Yeah, our teachers are definitely a big help to us, because whenever we can't find the solution or we don't understand anything, they're always there to help us and explain it to us.
I see.
And I feel like they're also a source of motivation, that you're not just doing it for yourself and trying to make yourself proud, but there's also an element of trying to make the teachers who believe in you so much proud as well.
I see. So more of working with the teachers to overcome difficult questions. I mean, I probably can phrase it another different. Is there at any point in time where you feel like, I want to give up in your journey? Life is too hard. Why make it so hard? At any point in time, do you ever think of such a thing?
Well, sometimes when you get discouraged because of problems that you can't answer, the thought does come across not wanting to do it anymore. But when that happens, if you just go to bed and wake up the next day, you'll wake up with the motivation to solve the problem again.
So it's one way of handling difficult situation, all right? For me, when I face very tough situation, I like to take a step back and drink a cup of coffee and just kind of okay, calm down. And that's where you clear your mind. So I think that's quite similar, right? Is that how you guys do it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, similar, take a step back, yeah. I'm sure in Anglo, there are many methods that you use. Was there a time where a teacher will approach you and says, I think the way you learn is not correct. You have to change your way of learning, all right? Is there any point in time you feel that you're being told, or you feel like all along they kind of shift you a little bit when they feel that you may not be going the right direction? Yeah?
Yeah, I would say all our teachers are pretty helpful. They don't ever tell us you have to study a certain way. It's just whatever is right for us, they allow us to do it.
And I feel like we're also open-minded in the sense that we've seen a lot of approaches throughout our years of many methods to do math. And so we're always open to suggestions and different methods on how to do it, so that we can see these different methods and evaluate which one is the best one for us to adapt. So there's no rigid standards that I abide by when I'm doing math or when I'm learning math.
Very good, very good. In our school, we have this motto of learn to think to learn. You think it applies to this way, into our concept of learning? What do you think? You've been quite quiet. So I think, yeah, let's hear your point.
Well, I think it does apply because as you learn, you can understand different things, and it will take you to a higher level, and it will also enable you to think in many ways, and you can explain to other people about it.
Okay, all right. Okay, naturally, because this is the first time Anglo actually got 4. Getting a 100 is amazing. We're breaking our own record. Usually you have only one person that's is like, okay, no careless mistakes, really can do the part. But we have 4 amazing students doing the same thing, score 100. So when your friends knows about it, do they say that, oh, you're naturally very clever? Or do you tell them that, no, I have to sacrifice, I have to give up my Netflix, I have to give up my games too, So what do you tell them? Well, is there any part in that you have to give up, in order to achieve where you get today?
Well, I don't think you have to give up anything, as long as what you give up isn't you spending the entire school year doing nothing. I think as long as you study to some extent, you'll be fine, because math, for me, or getting a 100 in math, isn't really about being actually good at math on your own. Clearly, I wasn't if I was a kid. It's just something that you learn, and it's just something that kind of becomes muscle memory and very familiar to you. And eventually, over the years, from secondary to JC, it just becomes more familiar, and it just becomes easier. It's not a matter of who's smarter than who. It's just a matter of who is more familiar with it.
So the willingness to put in the work, right? Do you feel like you had to sacrifice to where you get who you are today, getting 100? Any part?
I do spend a lot of time studying when I feel like I need to improve my grades. But other than that, I also spend time on the things I like to do. So I don't really think I'm sacrificing anything.
So there's no such thing as like, oh, in order to get this, I have to sacrifice. I'm not willing to give up my gaming. I'm not willing to give up my movies, drama, K-drama and stuff like that. Now it's C-drama. Yeah. So that's where a lot of kids are not willing. But as you say, you prioritize. Yeah, this is something you need to do. Like you say, you think you want to get better, you have to study. Things that you want to accomplish by overcome difficulties, this is how you want to do it. Yeah. So getting 100 is a very wonderful achievement. Is there any next step right now? Like, my next goal. Will you feel stressed right now that I've got 100? What do you feel stressed right now? Like everybody's looking at you and because you got to achieve that 100, or you naturally goes like, okay, Sarah, what we will be, you will be. What do you think?
Well, I think that after achieving 100, I don't particularly feel any extra pressure that, oh, I need to achieve 100 next time too. Because the way that I achieved 100 this time was never by saying to myself that I'm aiming for 100. It's just trying my best. And that's just what I'm going to continue doing, because I feel like setting that goal isn't going to do me any good.
So it comes to you naturally because you have a way of studying, a way of preparation, a way of learning. And that sets in the path to go towards, all right? To a better, to achieve the same standard or even better, right? How about you?
I definitely think having a goal would be more stressful to myself, because I'd be always thinking, oh, I need to study more to achieve 100. But I think, as what NJ said, just doing your best is good enough.
How about you too?
I don't think I would aim for getting 100 on the next test too, but it would be great if I could get it. But I wouldn't stress too much about it.
I think my goal for this year is to just maintain my grades and just not let the 100 lose my focus.
All right, that's good. So, math, 100. Is there any other subjects that you think naturally I can apply it to get to another subject?
I guess math is used a lot in physics.
And how about yourself? You think what are the things you still continue to work to make sure that maybe it may kind of like move on to the next subject too?
I mean, yeah, physics does take a lot of math, but I also think that it's more on understanding physics itself. I feel like getting the concept as a whole is more important.
And how about you?
I think math helped with both physics and chemistry because those two include calculations.
I see. So do you think that math kind of laid the groundwork of thinking logically, all right, thinking critically? So it actually shaped you to prepare for other subjects, correct? Because once you can see logics in why certain things happen this way, when you study any other subject, you kind of use the same logic, all right, to solve the problems, regardless whether it's physics, chemistry, or the other subject, because it falls in the same line of logic thinking, and you kind of learn to think to learn how to be better. Yeah. Do you want to have say anything to those audience that we will be showing to, and they are very excited to see your journey? You want to say something to encourage them, and it goes like, okay, yeah, maybe not this time. Next time it could be you. All right. Say something, each one.
Yeah, well, I think if anybody wants to do really well in math, it's not a matter of whether you're naturally smart or whether you have a bunch of good grades in all the other subjects. It's just a matter of practicing your weak spots. That's all, and learning the methods. And if you have any confusions with anything, just ask your teacher.
I would definitely say practice every day, even though I know a lot of people don't like doing that. Studying right before the exam isn't really the best method, especially if you want to score good marks.
I would say you don't have to sacrifice any of your hobbies. You just need to know how to study effectively. And I think a way to do that is dependent on each person. But for me, it was to just practice many questions that could come up on the exams.
Very good. And how about you, the last
For
one?
me, just study hard, but remember to do the things you like.
All right. So do your best and then let the work show you. All right. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much, NJ, Cassandra, Kyoka, and Jia Yi, for sharing your journey with us. Your 100 in mathematics is an incredible achievement, and we're so proud of you. Like I said, this is the first time Anglo has 4 students at the same time, at the same sitting, achieve 100. It's just amazing. I'm so proud of every one of you, and all your juniors and all your classmates are just amazed, and they are like to share their joy. And thank you for joining us on the Anglo Heartline. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Real voices, real journey.
The Anglo Heartline.